In this video, I'm going to show you how to use node editing within the software. The first thing we're going to do is go up to the top left of the software and click on this cursor icon here. And while we hold down left click, we will select this option here for node edit. Now, you'll notice my cursor has changed, and if I click onto a vector on my sheet here, you'll notice now you can see the nodes around my vector. You'll notice in the bottom left here, I have a green node, and that indicates the start point of this particular vector. And you'll notice there's a direction of travel here as well. So you can see there's an arrow here showing the direction of travel around this vector. You'll also see that we have the other points that are in black. Now we can actually manipulate all of these points, and I'll show you an example of this just now. So if we left mouse click onto this node in the top right, and we'll hold it down, you'll see we can now drag it up and down, right? So we can move that around to make a different shape. So you can see already how powerful node editing is. You can take a square and then suddenly turn it into a different shape. Now you'll see a length value there tied next to the actual span that I am changing here. So for example, you can see currently it's 0.9. If I let go of left mouse click, you can see it says 0.9, and I can actually type in a value, so 1 for example on the keyboard. I can press enter, and now that line from where it was is 1 inch because my current job is in inches. I can also do the same thing over on this side, so I can drag this point up as well, and you can see that handy red line for the preview showing you where you are currently with your node. So let's just let that go there. So we've got a nice rectangular shape going on there, and again you can see the value I can edit if I want to there as well. And then you'll also notice that in between our nodes here we have our span and we have this middle point. Now effectively this middle point I can actually make into a node by clicking on it. So if I left mouse click and now drag that up, you'll see that I have now turned that clear node into a black one, and you'll see that it is now turned into a node. And then you'll see now we've got midpoints between this new node and the nodes that we had previously affected. So you'll see the midpoint here and the midpoint here. And again, you can select this node to enter a value in if you would like to do that as well. Now I actually want to delete this node because I don't need it anymore. So how do I do that? Well, there's actually a couple ways, but let's first click on right mouse click onto the node. And you'll notice we have the option here to delete point, which is in D. Underneath that we have smooth point, which is S. We have cut vector, which is C. We have make start point, which is P. And then we have some other options here as well. Now the first one we're going to go over here is delete point. So we can either press this button here, like so, or if I press Command Z to bring that back, I can also hover over this with my mouse pointer and press D on the keyboard, and that will delete it as well. Now let's have a look at one of the other options, which is to smooth a point. So we'll go over to this left hand side node in the top left corner here. I'm just going to right mouse click and choose smooth point. You could of course press S on the keyboard here as well. And now you'll notice it's turned into a Bezier curve, so you can manipulate this with these handles. You'll notice that you can now move this about as needed. You can indeed also drag the node and move this other handle as well if you want to. And you'll notice that we now have the points here displaying where it is in X and Y for the handle. And if I click on this one, you'll notice that as I move this all around, it gives me the X and Y values for that as well. So you can be really precise about where you place your node data. But for now, I don't actually need the smooth point anymore, so I can simply right mouse click and undo that. So I can check this option again for smooth point to get rid of that. And then we can quite simply use the handles to drag that back into its nice and sharp corner state again. And if I hit escape on the keyboard, we are back out of node edit mode. Now let's look at getting back into node edit mode with another way. So we earlier had chosen to go up to the top left. This time we're going to right mouse click on our vector, and we're going to choose the option for node edit just here. You can also press N on the keyboard to enter node edit mode from there as well. So now that we're back in, let's look at one of the other options on our list from earlier. So I'm just going to right mouse click into this top left corner, and this time I'm going to choose the option to cut vector. So I'll do it this side, and then I'll also do it on this side, on the right hand side. And now what you'll notice is I now have a green start node. Now why do I have that? Well, it's because the vector has been cut away. So if I drag that point out, you'll see just where I've made that cut. And you'll see now that we've got our vector separated from the top here. So this is its own vector as well. In fact, I can move that up out of the way so you can see that nice and clearly. And this is really handy because there may come a scenario where you need to cut away certain elements of a vector, and this is a really easy way to do that. Again, you'll notice that we have a start point here as well, showing a direction of travel there for our new vector. We can also click onto one of our nodes here. You can see I've got my node here. And if I want to, when I left mouse click that again, you'll notice it turns white. And as I mentioned earlier, you can actually set a value for your node. So you can see currently it's in X and Y, and you've got a X value of 3.4544 and a Y of 8.0177. Let's just clean that up. So let's just round that up to 3.5 for our X value. So I'll type that in on the keyboard and press enter. And then we can do the same for the Y. So we'll change that to 8. And that has now placed it at X 3.5 and Y 8. So you can see how powerful that is, because if you want to put your vector points at a specific place, you can be very specific about it. Let's also have another look at some of the other options. So if I now right click onto this span, I can now choose this option here to turn it to a Bezier. So if I right mouse click and then left mouse click to select the Bezier, you'll notice now that my handles have appeared to start manipulating this span as a Bezier. So you can see already we can make some quite interesting shapes pretty quickly and pretty easily by using that option. And if we go to the bottom span here, if I right mouse click that one, and I choose to make it into an arc, you'll notice right away now we have an arc, and I can manipulate that as I need to make whatever shape I'd like to using this arc. So you can see how powerful this is as a tool to start making some changes within your vectors. And then if I go over to the left hand side span here, you have also the option to delete the span as well. So if you ever want to get rid of a span for any point, for example, if you want to get rid of this one, I can right mouse click and I can just delete span to get rid of that if I want to. Now, one other thing I should point out before we go any further is that you can actually use node editing while creating shapes. So if I go up to the top left and select a rectangle, for example, if I start drawing the rectangle out, and then if I press N on the keyboard, I can go straight into node editing it. So I can start dragging out and making changes into the rectangle as I've actually drawn it. So just thought I'd point that out before we move on to our next example. So now what we're going to do is move on to an open vector. But to do that, let's delete our rectangle here. So I'll just get rid of our rectangle. And we're going to select our open vector here to start having a look at how we can node edit this. Now, when I right mouse click onto this, you'll notice I also have the option here to edit a polyline. So that's E on the keyboard for the shortcut. Now, if I left mouse click, you'll notice that now my cursor has changed to start drawing a polyline. Now, right now I'm in the curve mode, but if I press S on the keyboard, that changes it to a polyline mode. So I can start drawing out a shape like this, for example. And then let's say here, I want to make more of a curve. I can go back to S and I can click here and kind of drag out that curve. Wonderful. And then I can click around here and then press S again to go back into polyline. I can close that off. And now that is actually a closed vector. So if I press escape on the keyboard and select this, that is now a closed vector that I can move around. So you can see just how powerful node editing is, because you can quite quickly make a shape by also using the node edit option there as well. But with that covered, let's now have a look at text. Now text is actually quite interesting. So if I just left mouse click to select my text, if I now press N on the keyboard for node editing, watch what happens. You'll notice here it says we're unable to node edit text, and to node edit text it must be converted to curves, and once it is converted to curves it will no longer be editable as text. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. So let's click on yes. And now what you'll see is that the text has been converted to a vector, and you'll see all of the various nodes that we have on our text, or our former text, I should say. Now, one interesting option I'll show you here is that you can actually manipulate multiple vectors at once. So if I left mouse click while in node edit mode and start dragging a selection box, you'll see my dashed box here. Make sure the nodes are within that box. So you can see I want the top of the T here. I want the 2 top nodes within this box. And if I let go, you'll notice both of those nodes have now turned white, which means they're now selected. And if I left mouse click and drag that up, you'll notice that both nodes are being dragged up at the same time. So that's how you can quite easily manipulate your vectors or your nodes very quickly at once by selecting them together in that way. So you can see already we made our T into a more interesting shape by doing that. Now, that was an example of manipulating multiple nodes at once. But what if I want to do that with multiple vectors? Well, that's what we're going to have a look at our next example. So I'm just going to pop back into our view, and we'll have a look at this example on the right hand side over here. So let's select our vectors. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to left mouse click onto this vector here. Then we're going to hold shift on the keyboard, select this one. And then what we're going to do is have a selection box around the top vectors here. So we'll just left mouse click, drag out a selection box. So now these 2 nodes are selected. And then we're going to press the letter H on the keyboard. Now you notice this vertical line appears, and that is effectively a horizontal mirror line. So if you notice now, when I press left and right on my keyboard, I can move these nodes together, but they're crucially mirrored. So you can see how powerful that is, because it's allowing you to move them together, but in a stage where they'll be in the same place across horizontally, because they're mirrored. We can also do this vertically. So if I just escape out of that for the moment, and I'm going to shift left mouse click the bottom vectors there as well, and then we'll press N on the keyboard to go back into node editing. And this time we will press the letter V for victory. And you'll notice this time we have a horizontal line up here. Now this is for vertical mirroring. Now if I left mouse click and select the 4 nodes in the middle of our shapes here, they all turn white. And now if I press up and down, you can see how they're mirrored. So if you want to make some precise movements of nodes all together, this is one way that you can do that, by selecting them with a selection box and using the shortcuts in the software to your advantage. And with that, that covers how to use node editing within the software. And as always, we look forward to seeing you in the next video.